Welcome back. In this lesson, we will go through an example of how to write an explanation. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to choose an appropriate title for your explanation, write a definition, put stages of what happens in order, and say what it is used for. It will be written in the present tense, and while you don't have to use the passive voice all the time, you'll see that it works very well here. This is the template that I'll be using. The link is in the description if you want to use it. The most important thing is to give yourself plenty of space for the diagrams. The first thing I do is to choose a title. It would usually have how in the title, but there's a special name for what I'm writing about today. My explanation is called The Life Cycle of the Frog. Next up is the definition. I must ask myself, what exactly is this about? And then put it into a short paragraph. A frog is a cold-blooded animal. The details can come later in the explanation. Next, we have the stages. Before I start, I find it very helpful to draw a picture of each stage and put them in order. This will help me to organize my writing. For example, this is a diagram of the stages in crafting a hurley. When I'm explaining a cycle, the stages in my diagram must go in a circle. Remember, when I write the stages, I use the present tense. I must give each stage a new paragraph and I write them in order. I try to use the passive voice if I can. In the spring, frog spawn is laid by a mother frog. They choose lakes, rivers, streams, or even puddles. When they hatch, the baby frogs are known as tadpoles. They have gills, a mouth, and a long tail for swimming. As tadpoles grow, they develop hind legs, then front legs. The tail slowly disappears. In this middle stage, they are called froglets. Once the froglet is fully grown and has a tail, it is an adult frog. The cycle is continued when the frog lays eggs in the spring. The final paragraph of the explanation is optional. Here I can write about how this relates to us or any important facts about them. A frog is an amphibian. This means it can live in water or on land. Now let's double check that we have a diagram with arrows and labels. For my diagram, I use a simple picture for each stage and arrows to show the order. Now let's check our work. We have a simple title that says exactly what this is about. We have a short description at the start. We wrote each of the stages in order. We wrote in the present tense, and a little bit of it was written in the passive voice. And we have a label diagram showing each stage. Well done everyone, that's enough for one lesson. In the next video you can look at some ideas for writing an explanation of your own and follow along with instructions. Má sibh agus slán go fóill.